everybody, and thank you for checking out my channel. If you have not met me before, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Tamara and I run the beauty and travel blog loversshades.com. So today I'm going to be stepping away from my regular videos, which is normally beauty or travel, and I'm going to be focusing on a lifestyle video this time. And I hope you follow me on my journey and my series. And this is about my braces. Yes, I had joined the metal chain gang, also known as adult braces, and I just wanted to tell you guys about my journey because I've done a bit of research before I got my braces, and although there's a lot of great resources out there and information out there, I just want to give you my perspective of things and my journey, and hope that you guys follow along with me as I work on getting my teeth straightened. So yes, let me give you a quick background on my braces journey and then get on to how I got the braces and how I feel about them now. So this has been a long time in the making. I have been told, quite a few years ago that I needed braces. I brushed them off for the longest time because I'm just like, oh, y'all just trying to get extra money from me. I don't really have no big problem with my teeth, etc., etc. I mostly have overcrowding on the bottom row, and I'll see if I could stick a picture somewhere in this video. But it was never bothering me for the most part. So I was just like, okay, I don't really need the braces. Y'all just trying to get some extra money. But what ended up happening is for like the last year and a half, they did start to bother me, especially in the evening time. I started to feel like a bit of discomfort where the overcrowding on my lower row of teeth is, and especially at night I started to notice that I was clenching my jaw and also grinding my teeth, and that was starting to like make my bottom row sore sometimes. Like there was times that I would wake up and like if I went, and although that is a little tender right now because of the braces, I would feel tender like that without braces. So I'm like, okay, something needs to change and I really might need to take this braces thing seriously. So I went ahead and got a consultation in like December 2018 for the braces. They told me that I could do the traditional braces or I could do Invisalign. They were highly recommending Invisalign, and I was going to do Invisalign, but I ended up changing my mind the week of. And the main reason why was just because the more I did my research on Invisalign, and I was actually supposed to start this journey last year, but then there were some other circumstances that popped up, so I couldn't start it at that time. But the reason why I changed my mind to get traditional instead was just because the more research I did on Invisalign, and although I have other people that I referenced and asked and they liked it, it seemed like it was very not tedious, but you have to be very consistent and like real strong with routines, because with the Invisalign you have to keep like the trays in 22 hours out the day. You have to remove them when you're eating. You have to brush your teeth before you put the trays back in. Of course, make sure your trays are clean, etc., etc. Me, when I'm out and about, like at work and for the day, I'm away from home for the majority of the time. I don't feel comfortable brushing my teeth, especially in public bathrooms and shared bathrooms, and then especially like trying to make sure the trays are clean and still using that same water and stuff like that. That just really wasn't my thing. Another thing with me is I'm not the most consistent person. I'm not the best with routines. I could start off real strong with the trays, but if I'm being honest with myself, I know like I'll go to work and forget my tray one day, and I'll be like, okay, that's fine, I'll just use it tomorrow, and then the next day I'll forget it, and then the next day and the next day, and before you know it, it's not high on my priority list like it will be prior. And I just rather have them in my mouth to where it's like I have to stick with it and do what I have to do. So I'm just like, no, let me just get the regular braces. And also I have been told by friends who have had both Invisalign as well as regular traditional braces that they actually prefer the traditional braces because it worked better for their teeth. So what I did was I went and spoke to my orthodontist, and he was just like, you could do either one. So when I told him I wanted to do traditional, he said cool. So I was told by the dentist office when I changed my mind, I'm like, hey, I want to do traditional. They were like, well, I'm not going to go as far as to say that they were trying to pressure me into getting Invisalign, but in a way, some of them kind of were. And, I was just like, no, I want to do traditional. So I finally got told by the office manager, go on and speak to the ortho, see what he says, etc., etc. So what ended up happening was they were like, well, you're not going to get your braces this weekend for my scheduled appointment. We're going to have to do impressions. We're going to have to, contact whoever their supplier is, order the braces or order whatever and then, you know, you'll start it at another time. All right. So what I did was I scheduled myself to go to a party, as well as possibly meet up with a friend for brunch afterward, because I'm thinking nothing's going to happen that day. So I've had these braces in for a week. So last Saturday I went in for my appointment. You know, I'm speaking to the ortho. He's like, if you want to do traditional, we'll do traditional. You know, at least you're honest about, you know, how you are. Not everybody's the most consistent with routines. All right, cool. Then I started speaking to his assistant, who was so nice. But then what ended up happening was, you know, like they're doing their impressions for my teeth, and then, you know, they put on, it's not a clamp, but it's kind of like this contraption that spreads your mouth out wide so they could get full access of your teeth. So then she started telling me like she's gonna put this solution in that doesn't taste the best. And at this point, it's kind of dawning on me, because I'm like, well, they didn't say I was gonna be doing all this. So I'm just like, am I about to get the braces today? And she's like, yeah, you about to get the braces today? And I'm like, well, they didn't tell me this. Like, I am prepared at all, especially not mentally. So I'm like, can I eat afterward? Like, I ain't prepared for this. I ain't prepared for this at all. She's like, yeah, you can eat afterward. You might feel a little uncomfortable, but you can eat afterward. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Like, nobody told me about this at all. Like, no one told me I was going to get braces today. Nobody told me I was going to get braces today. But I got the braces that day, y'all. I really did. So, did it hurt? No. It didn't hurt, but I definitely felt a little uncomfortable. It was like, you know, I did experience some discomfort. Not at all during the installation process. Like when they installed the braces and the brackets and the metal wire and all that stuff, I didn't have any discomfort. It was more so afterward. And when I say not pain but discomfort, I just mostly, for the most part, mean soreness. Because as you can tell, I can only have them on the bottom row right now because I have overcrowding. And I'll see if I could put a picture somewhere up in here. Again, like I said. But for the top row, the reason why they didn't put anything on the top row just yet, because the only thing I really have is this small gap between my teeth. I used to have a bigger gap when I was a child, but then when my adult teeth grew in, you know, they grew in close together, so it naturally closed my gap. So they were like, there's no point of putting anything on the top row right now because it would literally be ready to come off, you know, rather quickly. We'll do it once we get some movement and once we make some leeway with the bottom row. All right, cool. So I didn't feel any, you know, pain. It just felt uncomfortable as far as soreness because I could tell like the brackets and the metal wire is like kind of forcing my like jawline and my teeth to shift out so that overcrowding could like even out, if you know what I'm saying. So you don't realize, at least not for me, how many different types of foods that require you, or not necessarily require, but it's a habit for you just to bite into, and you can't do that anymore. At least I couldn't. Like a burger, I can't just bite into it anymore. I have to rip that up into pieces and put it towards the back of my mouth to kind of, you know, process that food down before I can swallow it. I can't just bite into it because my bottom row is too sore for that. So I was like, can I eat afterward? She's like, yeah, you can eat afterward. For the most part, all I got told was, you know, was instructions, but very brief instructions, like don't eat carrots, don't eat apples, don't eat, you know, sticky candies, don't chew gum, you know, stuff like that. And they were like, you'll feel some discomfort, but you'll be okay. And that was pretty much it. They gave me an ortho brush and I was sent out there. It was like, all right, girl, well, you free, go on the fly. So I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I got some questions, but I'm like, oh, all right, I guess it's going to be easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy. It's definitely an adjustment. So like I said, I experienced, if you see me looking down, I wrote some things. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget anything. I definitely felt some discomfort. Mostly, like I said, I had to resort to what they call a soft diet. So things that I know that I could process quickly, like chew down quickly and swallow and process quickly, rather than something that's going to require a lot of chewing. Excuse me, such as like tougher like meats, like steak, a burger, chicken wings. Funny story about the chicken wings. With the chicken wings, Sunday, I wasn't feeling any pain at all. So I'm like, oh, I'm back to normal. I'm good. And I was going to order some chicken wings. And I know God came in and said, let me help your stupid ass out. And because I was trying to order the chicken wings online for delivery, he's like, let me help your dumb ass out and make sure that this restaurant is closed early. Because I ended up, the restaurant closed. They were already closed for the night. I ended up ordering shrimp, y'all. And it was hard for me to even bite into the shrimp with my front teeth. And you know, when you eat chicken wings, you have to, for the most part, you're biting in it with your front teeth. I had to break the shrimp up and put it towards the back of my mouth to chew down. So imagine if I would have got those damn wings. Half my brackets probably would have been off. So God did me a favor. He did me a real solid right there. So I had to resort to a soft food diet. Now it's been a week, so I'm almost back to normal, but not quite. There's still certain meats and stuff that I'm avoiding right now because, you know, I just don't need the problems. And it also makes you more conscious and more aware of what you're eating, because now you're thinking about, how am I going to be able to process this food and break down this food to digest it? Because now I know, like, my teeth are, you know, sore, or they're not, you know, at its strongest right now. So it affected me that way, but I did not feel any pain, but I definitely felt some discomfort. You know, another thing that I felt was, you know, I get, some of the brackets were definitely poking the inside of my, like, cheek. There's two that's doing it right now, but I'm just, you know, pulling through right now for the sake of the video. Then I'm going to put some dental wax on there, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second. So that could be very painful as well, and everybody's different, so I can't guarantee you're going to have any discomfort, you know, with metal brackets rubbing against the inside of your cheek, and I'm not going to guarantee that you won't. It all depends on how your mouth takes the braces. Okay, so some tips that I got, because also another thing is too, when you're eating your food, you realize how, at least for me, I feel very uncomfortable feeling food getting stuck in between my brackets, and it's getting stuck in between the metal wire and my brackets. Like, just having food stuck, like, all up on the bottom row is an uncomfortable feeling for me, because I'm just like, okay, is something in my teeth? Do I need to go and floss? How am I going to do this? I'm not home, etc., etc. So I actually have some tips for that. So one of the main things that I bought this first. These are Precision Clean. They're like interdental brushes, and this is actually the same thing. They're just in a different form by a different brand. And all you do is, like, you see how you have the little brush part right there? It's the same thing for these Oral-B ones. All you do is you take the, I'm not going to take it out right now because I don't need to use it. You take the brush part and you put it in between your brackets, and you can even put it over your brackets, and it's supposed to take any excess food out and things that are stuck in between your brackets, as well as in between the wires, or, you know, where your teeth, you know, the creasing of your teeth are. It's supposed to take that out, and that's really helpful, especially when you're outside of your home and you're eating and you need to hurry up and get something out of your teeth. You know, I would of course recommend that you go to the bathroom, especially a private bathroom if you could, but you know, that definitely helps get that food out of your brackets and out of that metal wire, because it is just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me. I just feel like a whole bunch of crap is stuck in my teeth, and I just don't like it. So those are godsend. And don't worry, you guys, like, I'll actually go ahead and list where I got these and give you guys a direct link. So if you guys have braces, planning on getting braces, etc., you could buy these in advance and stock up on those. So no worries. I also got told, especially because, you know, I have overcrowding and I have the metal braces, that I'm not going to be able to floss. So they were like, oh, you're not going to be able to floss, like, you know, so they recommended that I get a Waterpik, and I do have a Waterpik, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I still got floss anyway. This is by Oral-B. This is called the Superfloss, and you see this little part right here, the picture. This is actually excuse me, this is actually, you know, quite thin, but it's still strong and it's straight. So what you could do is you take that part and you stick it in between your wire and your brackets, and you go to where how you normally floss in between your teeth. So you stick it through, you could take that side and then floss your teeth that way. Okay, now I haven't been as successful getting the front parts of my teeth versus getting the back, mostly because the front right now, like I said, I could tell like the brackets and the metal wire is focused on spreading this out, but there's a lot of tightness right here. So it's been almost impossible for me to really work this through my teeth in the very front without having my teeth start bleeding. And it's not a dramatic bleed, it's just like a bleeding like if you overly floss. So I haven't been using this as much in the very front, but I still been using them toward the back. I still try my best to do the front, but it has been a really, really good product, so I recommend this as well. The next thing that I would want to recommend is you need a Waterpik. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They told me to get a Waterpik. I already got this. I got this from Amazon, and like I said, I'll put this in the description box below. Mine's come with 3 settings: normal, soft, and pulse. I use the pulse, and you know, all I do is I fill this part up with water. You could also put, they said that you could put mouthwash in it, but you have to take extra steps on making sure you clean out the tube. I just been using water. I haven't used the mouthwash, you know, recommendation yet, or it's not a recommendation but a suggestion yet. And what I do is I put it on pulse, and I just literally put it in between my teeth, especially in the front, since I'm not as successful as getting that floss through yet because my teeth are too tight. And I just make sure I have that water pulse everywhere in the throughout my whole teeth, like all throughout my teeth. So I make sure it cleans out the brackets fully. I make sure it cleans out anything else in the wire that I couldn't get with the Interdental brushes. And I make sure I put it in the creases of my teeth because I could feel like the food and stuff coming out, you know, especially in the areas that I wasn't able to floss. So you need this. This is God sent. Like, you don't BS on this. You need, if you get in braces, especially traditional braces, you need a Waterpik. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I'll put this in the description box below. The one of the last things that I highly recommend is getting dental wax. Now, I bought this from Amazon. They only gave me 1 in the office, and they said that they were running out. I got my braces installed on Saturday. By Wednesday, I was already running out of this. So I had to hurry up and order this on Sunday, that Sunday, from Amazon, because I kind of figured, I'm like, this is not going to last me for a whole month, and there's no way it's going to last for a whole month. What it does is it comes with like 5 strips of dental wax. You just take a piece off, you roll it into a ball, and then you put it wherever your brackets are that's rubbing against your inner cheek, because they could make your inner cheek very raw. They could develop canker sores, and it's just not comfortable. Before the weekend was out, I had 2 canker sores in my mouth because of some of the metal brackets just rubbing against the inside of my cheek. When you do get those canker sores, and when you do get that really raw skin, because you might not always get canker sores, I recommend getting like Orajel or, you know, Anbesol, something like that. That just really helps soothe that and heal that up right away. But you need to get the dental wax. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Most of the time, at your orthodontist office, especially when you're getting your braces tightened, changed, etc., installed, etc., they will give you 1. Ask them for more than 1, especially they have it, because 1's not going to last you long. But if you do need, I just bought these just in case, because I just never wanted to get caught without dental wax. I just went ahead and bought these, and I recommend them. But you do need dental wax as well. Anything else? Yeah, that's for the most part. The last thing I want to tell you was about your teeth shifting. Now, I'm not trying to sound over dramatic. I've only had my braces in for a week. However, I did start to feel like my teeth shift, and not necessarily shift, but like they're starting to move just a little bit. And the reason why, the way that it feels, if I could describe it like anything, is like when you have, when you were a kid and your tooth was loose, and getting ready to get pulled, but not as dramatic. Like I'm talking about the really beginning stages of your tooth being loose. Like your teeth are not going to fall out your mouth or anything like that, but they are going to shift, because that's the point of getting braces, like to shift them into the way that, you know, is best for your mouth. So the way that I knew, I feel like I got something right here. The way that I knew my teeth were already starting to shift or move is because, you know, I felt when I first got the braces in, the very front was not affecting, like rubbing against my lip at all. I just feel like I got something on my lip. I don't know why. But by the middle of the week, I started to feel the braces like rubbing against the inside of my lip, and it was starting to get raw and sore. And then what I would do is, if I could take my tongue, or my finger, and if I press it against the back of my teeth, I feel the braces more, you know, digging into, you know, my inside of my lip. So I was like, wait a minute, you know, I feel like my tooth moved, or my teeth moved just a tad bit, like minuscule bit, you know. However, if I took my finger or even my tongue and I pushed it back, I wouldn't feel it. I wouldn't feel the brackets at all. So that's already letting me know. And from what I read, like after a week, your teeth start to get the hang of, okay, you know, like some contraption was put in our mouth for us to start moving. So, you know, I already started to notice it. Like, is it any major changes? Absolutely not. But I did started to notice that my teeth are starting to get a slight bit loose, you know, so the shifting could start. So, you know, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Absolutely not. Your teeth are not going to fall out your mouth, but you might feel a little bit of shifting, and that's a good thing, because, you know, your teeth are supposed to move. So I think that's about it. I've only been a week in, and they gave me about 12 to 18 months minimum for this treatment. So I'm really hoping that, you know, by the time this is all said and done, that I get the result that I want, the result that my ortho wanted. But this is what I've learned so far. This is what I've experienced so far. And this is what I have so far. And I hope you guys continue to join me on my journey for adult braces. If you have braces or ever had braces and have tips and tricks, please put them in the comment section below. If you have any questions, you know, I might not be able to answer everything, because again, I only have my braces in for a week. But go ahead and put them in the comment section below, and I'll give you an answer, or the best answer I can. And if I don't know, I will just let you know that I don't know. But you know, I did quite a bit of research, and you know, I've asked a lot of questions. So, you know, I'll try my best to help out as much as I can. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel, and please follow me on my braces journey. And if you're getting braces too, let's do this together and share our tips and tricks, and you know, our knowledge, etc. Go ahead while you're at it and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me at the username Lover of Shades. That's all one word. My loverofshades.com blog is down right now, just because I'm revamping it and updating it behind the scenes. It should be back up and running in like the next few weeks. I will let you guys know about that date, so you can know when to expect it then. But I'm putting more content up and more things besides beauty and travel. You know, I want to get into some lifestyle things and open up a little bit more and show you guys my personality a bit more. So I'm working on that, and this is one of the ways. And then I'm also going to be starting a weight loss journey. I'm just deciding when to like jumpstart that, because I've already started on my own, but I want to start sharing that like when I start getting some substantial progress, you know. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and follow me on my journey. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to drop everything in the comment section, in the description box below, on where you could buy these items. And until next time, take care, God bless, and I'll see you later. Bye.